and happy Marketing Monday. It's your girl, Torri Hammond, your certified business coach and your tongue tied on this morning. Your Meta certified digital marketing associate. I am here on today. Happy Marketing Monday. Let me do my logistics when it comes to my back office. All right, there we go. Let me see. There we go. Just never know how that's going to show up. All right, perfect. All right, so happy Monday. So excited to be back. Last Monday was a holiday, so we took a break from Marketing Monday. So I am so glad to be back on today. Excited about the topic of the day. Excited to get back into business as usual. And so happy Marketing Monday. Welcome to the live. Hey, YouTube. How you guys doing over there? Make sure that as you are getting to know your girl, that you like and subscribe so that you can stay tuned to all the good things that go on every single Monday. For those of you that are my mavens, that are my marketing mavens, hey mavens, so glad to have you on the live this morning. And for those of you who just follow me because I'm awesome. Welcome to Marketing Monday. So glad that you could be with me on this morning. And so we are going to be, so we're fourth quarter mixing. Those of us that are in business, it's September. And so around, we probably kind of should have started by now, but around time is really time for us to get intentional. And so I got my good old notes in front of me. We're going to talk about a few things on today. Take a second, share the live, invite your business bestie. Listen, tag them in the comments. I always say this is a great opportunity for you to network. And so if you're watching and you are a business owner, pop it in the comments. Pop your business in the comments so that we can network while we're here. All right. And so we're going to be talking about how do you stay motivated and prepare your business for the holiday season. Yeah, let's get into it. Why? Because it's September. So we have October, November, December. October, November, December. All right. And so we are it's go time. We are there. We are at the time where we got to get shaken, we got to get moving, and we got to get going. All right. And so I'm going to give you a few points that you can use to begin to shift your mind, to get your mind ready, and also to motivate you on this morning, because we all need some motivation. Listen, as a business owner, sometimes it's just you versus you, and it can be a little hard to stay motivated sometimes. So let me be your motivation on today while I give you some tips so that we can get our whole selves together. All right. And so I want you to take a second and pop it in the comments. Are you an author? Do you have a physical product? What is it that you sell? Well, we're thinking about how we're getting ready. All right. And so what I want you to begin to do while you're thinking about the things that you have, right? You're thinking about, I have books, I have products. What is it that you have? I'm a coach, and I have systems that, I have classes that I offer. As you begin to think about what it is that you have, let's begin to reconnect why you do what you do. All right. And so how many of you can agree that motivation fades over time? And as you are building your business, sometimes we lose the momentum in our why. It can get a little fuzzy, right? And when things begin to go as they go, sometimes we can wonder even to ourselves, why am I doing this anyway, right? And then there's to the why I have this product and why I have that product, or why am I actually doing this? And so sometimes we have to pause and reconnect. All right. If you are following along with me, put it in the comments. pause and reconnect. All right. And so sometimes we have to pause and reconnect. And so sometimes as the holiday season approaches for some business owners, it gets a little, we can get a little anxious. We can get a little overwhelmed, right? So many emotions as a business owner can pop up as you are preparing for the seasons that are to come. And so you've got to understand that people are going to begin to be on the lookout. And when you think about why you do what you do, when you think about the products that you have, you want to present yourself as a solution. Why did I start this in the first place? Why do I even have that? You've got to be able to reconnect in order for you to be able to tap into what it is that you really need for your customers as you move into the holiday season. And so let's take a second and let's begin to revisit our mission. Let's revisit our why. Let's begin to revisit our products. What do we have? What do we need to order? What's in back stock? Like, what is not moving? We got to reconsider some things as we shift ourselves around and we begin to move into the next phase. And so with that being said, we've got to set clear goals, right? And so be holiday specific as you begin to set goals in the season, set clear goals. And so what is it exactly that you are trying to accomplish, right? And we really got to be intentional about this part because your goals are going to shape how you move. And again, they have to be smart, right? And they also have to be realistic. And whatever goals you have, you're going to have to match that with your marketing message. All right. It is Marketing Monday. And so you're going to have to connect that with your marketing message. And so we got to get out of overwhelm and we've got to plan, right? So we've got to plan to succeed and not to fail, right? And so we've got to be intentional about every part. And so starting now will give you just enough time to really begin to think. But you don't have a whole lot of time because for those of you who have to order things, you have to consider shipping. You have to consider how long it's going to take for you to get things done. And so this is why it's important for you to really tap into this right now, like right now, so that nothing will be delayed, nothing will be lost that you can't recoup, and things of that nature. And so as we are doing that, you want to make sure that your goals are smart. So specific, timely, measurable. You guys as business owners should know what smart goals are. And so again, when you think about that, what is it that you're trying to accomplish? Are you going to try to create, increase your sales? Are you going to present something? Are you going to bundle something? And this is how many you want to sell. And this is how I'm going to market it. And this is what I'm going to do. We have to be intentional about that part as we become holiday specific as we move. And so again, whether it is offering free gifts, free shipping, all these things are a part of how you're creating your goals. And get creative, right? Because everybody's doing free shipping. Everybody's doing 10% off, 20% off. We've got to consider bundling things. We've got to consider what would make this a complete package. If you have something that stands on its own, how can you make it a complete package? And so this is where your brain dumping comes in. This is where your brainstorming comes in as you begin to set goals for your holiday season. Also, you want to make sure that you break them down, right? So you can break them down by weeks. And so we're in September, right? And so in the month of September, when you break it down by weeks, what are you doing? And then you move into October. October is go time. By the time we hit November, excuse me, by the time we hit November, our marketing should be ready, set, go. Because again, we've got to start marketing. We have to think about the early shoppers, and we have to think about the algorithms, right? And we have to think about the momentum and movement of what it really takes, excuse me, as far as time wise, to get people to really see what you're working with. And so you should be ready to kick off your marketing campaign around the 1st of November. And you want to come in softly, right? And begin to pick it up as you go from week to week. All right. And then get creative. Get creative with your marketing. Now is a good time to really think about how you can get creative. And so you've got to, you've got to be able to grab people's attention. You've got to be able to make people laugh. You've got to think about things like limited time offer, are only available during the holiday season. You've got to get creative, right? I would even say take it a step further and begin to create some reels, some videos that really tell a story that opens people's minds up to exactly why they need what you have. And so again, you want to offer value and solution. Value and solution as you think about your marketing message. All right. And so be intentional about that. Also, you want to prepare your business. So we kind of talked about this earlier. Make sure that you not only check your inventory and begin to order, but you also want to check the speed of your website. You don't want people to get there. This is the point where I tell people, go to your own website and purchase something as a shopper. What does that experience look like? Like, am I going to stick around? What does your front page look like? This is a money nugget. If you don't take anything else from what I say, your front page is your ticket, your golden ticket, because most people don't leave the front page. All of your best-selling products need to be on your front page. If you are a business that is creatively holiday driven, then your front page needs to speak that, right? And that can shift around November, right? That can begin to shift around November. You can begin to, move some of your bundles and, the things that you're going to be having on, that bar at the top. Don't get me because I'm talking and I don't know the name of it, but this is where the bar comes in, free shipping with $100 purchase. Like, you need to be intentional about that, right? And how that's going to look from week to week, or from, if you're going to do it in 2-week time blocks or whatever the case may be. You've got to be intentional about every single part. And so as you prepare your business, you also want to make sure that you are thinking about your systems. Now, some people do text blasts, some people do email sequences. How do you connect? How do you connect with your customers, right? Some people do Facebook ads and campaigns. Like, how do you connect? These are things that you need to consider as you are checking your website, as you are making sure all is well. You also want to make sure that you have your systems in place where you will be able to get your marketing message out. And I suggest that you do that way ahead of time. It's brainstorming time. It's thinking time. It's research time. It's time to really tap in. It's time to really figure out, how can you stand out? How can you set yourself apart and still stay true to your brand's goals and alignments and your mission? And a part of that is what we said in the beginning, reconnecting with your why. All right. Also, okay, so my last point is going to be for you to stay busy. Stay busy and stay consistent, right? Stay busy and stay consistent. And so, some of us, we run our businesses on side of other things, right? And so we have other things that take our time. And, we can find ourselves being busy. But we don't want to be like the busy that's in my book, Go and Grow, bogged down, unorganized, stagnant, yielding the look of success. No, you don't want to be that busy. You want to make sure that you are busy minding your business. You want to make sure that you are busy minding your business. And so stay consistent and You've got to do it even when you are busy with your other things that you have going on. And so you've got to be intentional. When you set the goal, when you begin to roll out the message, when you begin to touch this place, and let me say this too, while you are, while you are in your preparation mode, you need to be checking your social media as well, right? And sometimes we have those untapped places in our social media. I'm gonna tell you, there are ways that you can really tap in during the season. There, you can have your Facebook store, your Instagram store. You can connect your e-commerce store to your social media. It's so many things that you could be doing to generate sales. Even, oh my God, here's another nugget. When you're on Instagram and you are set up properly, you can tag your products to your posts. It's so many things that you can do to make sure that people know exactly how to get your products. And so while we are becoming a customer and checking out on our website, we also want to head over to our social media. Can people check out on your social media? Can they? And have you done it to make sure that the process is secure, right? And so we have to be thinking about all these things when we're thinking about doing business intentionally, all right? And so again, to the staying consistent, even when you're busy doing other things, you got to prioritize your moments. Not your time, your moments. We all get moments out of the day. We do. We get moments when we have nothing going on, just for a few seconds. We get moments when we're able to walk away from what we're actually working on. We get moments. And so you've got to prioritize your moments. Every moment that you get away from your work, you can use it to stay consistent in your business, right? And I always say this as well, we cannot discount the fact that as business owners, everything that we do is content. And sometimes we struggle to stay consistent. When you know who you are and you love the business that you're building, you love your products and you love your services, you ideally should be able to find something to talk about consistently. If not, it's time to revisit your why. All right. So even in your staying consistent and you're staying motivated, what do you need in this season to be motivated? Do you need me? Do you need a business coach? Do you need a social media coach? What do you need? Do you need someone to craft your marketing message? What do you need? Because again, we want to stay consistent. What's going to help you stay consistent in the season so that you don't miss opportunities? Sometimes we perish because of lack of knowledge. Do you need to take a second and do some research where you're able to get in a class, or you're able to learn something that you didn't know that will ultimately help push you forward? It's hard to stay motivated. It's hard to stay on task. It's hard to stay on point. And sometimes our excuses, we use them to excuse away the fact of why we're not being productive or why we're not producing. Man, oftentimes where you really look deep, why you're not where you need to be comes from something that you're not doing. And let's take a second, because we've had successful moments, haven't we? I know I've had a good bit of successful moments. And you can go back to those moments. What was I doing during those moments that I'm not doing now? And you can almost always find something that you did differently that you're not doing. And so I want to encourage you, even in those successful times where you've had successful holiday seasons, go back to them and evaluate, what were you doing? If you feel like in some way, somehow you have lost your motivation, you have lost your mojo, you have lost a part of what makes you go, you've got to remember that people need you. You got to remember that you can be down, but you don't have to stay down. All you have to do is get up and begin to get some consistency under your feet. Wherever you are, even if you have been America's best kept secret, listen, social media gives us the ability to build, but you have to start now. If you've been quiet all year, you can't expect people just to get excited when you offer them something. No. It's work that you have to do to get people to know you, like you, and trust you enough to know that you're not just all about the sale of the holiday. You've got to begin to be intentional at this point. You've got to get a level of consistency under your feet. You've got to start talking to your people. You got to start speaking to your people. You got to start teaching your people. You got to start tapping into them. And you've got to do it consistently so that when the holidays do roll around, your sale just doesn't come from out of nowhere. That your offerings, the things that you're offering, just pop up from out of nowhere. People don't buy things, they buy people. They buy from people they trust. They buy from people who are consistent. They buy from people who solve problems. People who have products that solve problems, right? And so we've got to tap into that, all right? We've got to be intentional about it, and we've got to tap into that. And so I encourage you to create small wins. Create small wins in the midst of your planning. And celebrate yourself. Celebrate your successes as you move through your goals, right? I would encourage you to even make it where you have a checkbox, right? And so every week or every 2 weeks, just have a list of things that you check off and you get done. And every time you create, you master a list, you take the time to celebrate your win. And so remember that the holiday season is a marathon and not a sprint. And you've got to prepare to run a marathon. You can't just get up and run a marathon. You've got to prepare for it. And so you've got to do what you have to do to stay motivated. But not just that, you've got to do what you got to do not to perish in this season. And so what are you lacking? It's okay, because we are not called to know all things. We are not called to know everything, right? And as business owners, sometimes we miss things because we don't delegate. And I was talking to someone and they were talking about how they have no help and they have no this and they have no that. And I'm like, do you live in the same, sphere of how business is flowing right now that I do? And they're like, well, yeah. And I'm like, well, you're not totally tapped in. Because, man, this is the best time as an entrepreneur to get so much virtual help. Oh, my God, it is crazy how much virtual help that you can get in this season with delegating and not having to have physical people in your business. It's crazy to me. Listen. And so if you don't know how to use AI, oh, man, listen. You are missing out. My AI is like my best business partner ever. Like, oh my God. And it's growing. And what I mean by that, it's changing. And so every version of it helps you more and more and more. And so you've got to stay in tune. Our social media channels are tapping in and they're adding AI, and not just that, they're helping us do business better. They're giving us challenges and they're giving us ways that we can generate income just from posting. I never thought that I would get paid just to post, but I do. Every month I get a deposit for simply posting, right? And so again, it's being intentional about what can serve me in this season. Do I need to, just gravitate? And I literally get to and like, good morning, let's do business today. Listen, I have a good time with my AI, right? We even talk back and forth. I'm like, thank you. And it's like, how you doing today, Torri? I'm like, good, let's go, right? Or do you need a virtual assistant? Do you need someone that can help you virtually, right? They tend to be a little less than a physical person. And so you've got to know what you need, though, before you hire anybody or before you begin to delegate anything for anybody. If you're having trouble with posting consistently every day, I'm your girl. Listen, I will manage your social media and I will make sure that you get a post out every single day. Excuses only excuse you. They do not excuse anything else. They only excuse you. And again, it's the excuse that you use that is most likely hindering you in this season. And so again, we've got to be intentional. All right. And so we've got to tap in and we've got to do the work. And so start early so you can finish strong. Come on. Start early. Let me motivate you. Let me push you now. Let me coach it up. All right, Coach Torri. Come on. Let me push you. Right? So start early so you can finish strong. And so make sure that you start preparing. All right. Get the ground running. Right? Begin to prepare. I know I'm getting ready to shift around and do some things. And so again, you've got to get excited. Take people along the journey. All right. Get organized, be intentional. Think about things like your packaging and, your go-to-market message, which is your call to action. It's so many things, guys, that we have to think about as we are preparing. And so do not leave any part unturned, right? And so get creative. If you want to change what your envelopes look like for the holiday season, if you want to include a card or a greeting or something, listen, make sure that you are thinking out of the box, making sure that you are being innovative, right? Don't discount yourself. Do what you can until you can do what you couldn't and push, right? Keep going, keep moving, keep striving, because wherever energy flows, results follow. Who's ready to see some results in this season? I know I am. All right. And so who's ready to see some results in this season? And so let's begin to do a 60-day countdown. Let's begin to do a 30-day countdown. Let's begin to count down, right, to our holiday season. Let's begin to count down the days to complete our goals. All right. And so we've got to be able to finish strong. All right. I'm just scanning my notes. All right. And so again, you've got to prepare. All right. And so how many days is it until Black Friday, Cyber Monday? You got to prepare. How many days is it to Christmas and the after Christmas sale? You got to be intentional. When does shipping start to get chaotic and crazy? Listen, you've got to be intentional as we do our 60, 30, 40 day countdowns. All right. And let's tap in. All right. So that we can finish strong in this season. I am done. And so thank you so much for joining me on this Marketing Monday. I hope that I have said something to motivate you or get you excited about the preparation. All right. And so that's what it's all about, right? Your preparation precedes your results that you are going to get as you push forward. All right. And so make sure that you are intentional about every part. If you need your girl, get at me. I'm here for you. I can help you create a 30-day Let's see, it's a couple of ways that you can work with me. I can help you create a 30-day marketing layout. All right, we can do that. Or I can pop over to your social media, do an audit, and make sure that you're good. I also can do 30 days of intentional. So the first 30 days will just give you like words to post. But if you do the next version of the 30 days, I will give you graphics. All right. And the last is the one-on-one, where I actually post for you every single day. All right. And so if you want to know more about that, make sure that you connect with me. You've got mavensandmarketing.com that you can go to. You've also got the Mavens group that you can pop into. I'm Coach Torri Hammond. And so you can reach me at torrihammonds@msn.com. All right. You can send me an email. Let me know who you are, what you do, and what you need. Or you can simply send me a inbox message. Let's get together. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. All right. And so I'm excited to be on this journey with you. And nevertheless, excited to be bringing you marketing tips every single Monday for Marketing Monday. So we're back. It is September. Let's get ready. Let's get set. Let's go. I'm always open to what you guys want to talk about. And so again, make sure that you're popping in the comments. Let us know what your business is. Let us know your takeaways. And nevertheless, let us know what you want to know. All right. Because we're here for it. All right. And so if you haven't gotten my Go and Grow book, it is on the Mavens website, as well as we have free digital downloads there, as well as our social media digital marketing content planner. So make sure that you head over to the Mavens website, check it out over there. Make sure that you go to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe. Make sure that you share with someone, and I will see you guys next Monday. All right. And so until then,